English Leap Podcast
with Fluent Daily English Hub.
Hey, English learners! Welcome back to the English Leap Podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake. Glad you decided to spend a little bit of your day with us.
Yeah, seriously. You could be doing 100 other things, but you're here, working on your English with us.
Wow, Anna. That was a very lively opening. You sound like you just drank 3 cups of coffee.
Maybe I did. Or maybe I'm just excited because today's topic is one of my favorites.
All right, now I'm interested. What are we talking about?
We're talking about our day, morning, afternoon, and evening, all in real, natural English.
Nice. So basically, we're letting everyone peek into our real lives today.
Yup, the real, unfiltered version. No fancy edits, just what our days actually look like.
That's dangerous, Anna. Are you sure you want to tell them everything?
Maybe not everything. I'll skip the part where I fall asleep with my phone on my face.
Same here. My mornings start strong, then by around 3 p.m., I'm like, where's my motivation?
I feel you. But hey, that's why this episode will be fun. It's real life, not a textbook.
Exactly. And while we share our routines, you'll also learn how to talk about your own day in English with natural words, expressions, and even some small talk ideas.
That's right. So, if someone asks, hey, how was your day? You'll finally have more to say than just, fine.
Yeah, we want to move past fine. And you, listening to us right now, how's your day going? Busy, quiet, a bit chaotic? You can always tell us later in the comments, in English.
Even one simple sentence is good practice. Today was a long day. Or today was pretty good.
Yeah, that's it. One honest line about your day is already real English practice. You don't have to write a whole story.
And don't worry, this is a B1 level episode. So if your English is somewhere around intermediate, this is made for you.
If you feel a bit below B1, you're still welcome here. You don't have to understand every single word to learn something useful.
You can always listen twice. First time, just relax, follow the story, enjoy being here with us.
And second time, you can pause, repeat, maybe write down 1 or 2 new phrases you like. Little by little, your English grows.
So, here's what we're going to do today.
First, we'll share our daily routines with you. My day, Anna's day, morning, work, evening.
Yes, and while we talk, we'll naturally use some strong vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs to describe normal life.
And at the end, we'll do a quick word tour, a small review of the best words and phrases from the episode with clear examples you can copy.
The goal is simple. When someone asks, so, how was your day? Your brain doesn't freeze. You have ideas. You have a little structure.
You'll pick up easy patterns like, my day starts with,
On my way to, I usually,
after work, I usually.
before bed, I like to.
See, with just these, you can already make your day sound more real and more interesting than, it was fine.
And you don't need big, complicated grammar, just small, clear sentences that fit your life.
Right. And before we jump in, a tiny favor. If you enjoy learning with us, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep making these free episodes for you.
And we want you to practice too. Your little comment homework for today is write 1 or 2 sentences about your day in English.
Yes, we really do read your comments. It feels like one big group chat with people from all over the world. All right, ready to walk through a day together?
Let's do it. Let's start at the beginning, the moment the alarm goes off and the battle with the bed begins.
Yeah, the alarm, the loud enemy of every good dream.
The sound that says, welcome back to real life.
Exactly. So let's start there, at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, we'll go through a normal day together, morning, commute, work, afternoon, evening, and while we talk, you can quietly compare your day with ours.
And maybe you'll hear a sentence and think, oh, I can say that too. That's my day.
Okay, you start. Be honest. How does your day usually begin?
All right. On a normal day, my day starts with my alarm at 6 a.m.
That already sounds painful.
It is. The alarm goes off, and my first feeling is, no, not yet.
Yeah, that little 5 more minutes, please voice.
Exactly. Most days, I hit snooze one time.
So you press that small button to stop the alarm and make it come back later.
Right, just to steal a few extra minutes. And then after that, I know I have to move, so I slowly drag myself out of bed.
I like that image. You don't jump, you kind of pull your body out like your body is heavy.
Yes, like my bones are made of stone. I sit on the edge of the bed for a second, just breathing, just checking in with myself. Okay, how am I today? Tired? Okay? Stressed?
I like that small check-in, even before the phone.
Yeah. Then I drink some water, open the curtains to let in light, and then I finally touch my phone.
And what's the first thing you look at?
To be honest, messages. And weather. And then, if I'm not careful, I start to scroll.
The infinite scroll. That moment when your finger just keeps moving up and you keep watching one more thing and one more and one more.
Exactly. It feels like just 2 minutes, but suddenly 10 or 15 minutes are gone.
I think many people know that feeling.
I try to stop myself and think, hey, do you really want to start the day like this? Sometimes I win, sometimes my thumb wins.
The thumb is strong.
After that, I put on some music, make coffee, and take a shower. When I do these things slowly and with attention, I feel like I wake up properly, not just physically, but in my mind, too.
Yeah, you're not on autopilot then.
Right. Autopilot for me is when my body is moving, but my brain is not really there. I'm just going through the motions.
Like when you brush your teeth and suddenly you don't remember if you already did it?
Exactly. On good mornings, I step out of autopilot. On some mornings, I don't, and that's okay too. Not every day has to be perfect.
I like that you say that, because sometimes we look at other people's mornings online and think, my morning is so bad.
Yeah, like they wake up at 4 a.m., run 10 kilometers, read a book, and meditate, and I can't even find my socks.
Exactly. Okay, what about me? My day usually starts a little later. My alarm is around 6:30 or 7, and I also hit snooze.
Of course, Team Snooze.
Team snooze. I always tell myself just 5 more minutes, and somehow my 5 minutes are always the longest minutes of the day.
Right. Time moves differently in the morning.
It really does. When I finally get up, I shuffle to the kitchen.
Shuffle like those slow, tiny steps when your feet don't fully leave the floor?
Yeah, like I'm still half dreaming. I drink water, make coffee, and for the first 10 to 15 minutes, I try to keep everything gentle.
So that means no big decisions, no heavy thinking.
Exactly. If I start the day in a rush, everything feels noisy inside my head. I feel like I'm already late, even if I'm not.
So you kind of protect your morning.
Yeah, I try. Some days I light a candle, play soft music, maybe stretch a little. That small routine calms my nervous system.
I like that. You're telling your body, hey, we're okay. No emergency.
Yes. Then I open my planner and look at my day. I choose 3 main things I want to do. Only 3.
Only 3?
Only 3. If I write a huge list, I feel overwhelmed and do nothing. But if I choose 3, I feel more in control and more realistic.
That makes sense. So your morning is like a soft hello to the day.
That's a nice way to say it.
All right, let's move from home to the outside world, the commute.
Yeah, and remember, commute is just the trip between your home and your work or school.
Right. For me, my commute is usually by car. It's about 30 minutes when the roads are kind and much longer when the roads are angry.
I love that. Kind roads and angry roads.
On kind days, I drive, listen to some music, maybe a podcast, and I feel pretty relaxed.
That sounds nice.
On angry road days, I get stuck in traffic.
So there are many cars, you can't really move, and everything is just slowly stopping and starting.
Exactly. In the past, I would get really stressed. I would look at the time every 10 seconds and think, I'm going to be late. This is terrible.
Yeah, the mind starts a whole drama show in your head.
Totally. Now I'm trying something different. When I see the traffic, I tell myself, okay, this is out of my control. I'm here anyway. How can I make the most of this?
So instead of fighting it, you use it.
Yeah, sometimes I turn that time into English time. I listen to an English podcast or I repeat sentences out loud in the car. Other times I just enjoy music and let my brain rest.
I like that a lot. It turns an annoying situation into a little pocket of time just for you.
Exactly. What about you? Your commute is different, right?
Yeah, mine changes. Some days I work from home, so my commute is literally 3 steps from my bed to my desk.
The dream commute.
Zero traffic, no bus, just my socks. On other days, I take the metro.
How do you feel on metro days?
It depends. If it's very crowded, I feel tired. But sometimes I really enjoy it. I put on my headphones, listen to music or a podcast, and I like to people watch a little.
People watch, meaning you quietly look at people around you and notice small things. Their clothes, their faces, their mood.
Exactly. Not in a creepy way, more like curious.
So you make little stories about them in your head, right?
All the time. This person is going to a job interview. This one had a fight with their alarm. This one is secretly excited about something.
I do something similar when I'm in a cafe or waiting somewhere. It makes the moment feel less boring and more like a little movie scene.
Yes. And for you listening, your commute might be walking, biking, train, bus, or maybe your commute is just going from your bedroom to your desk.
Whatever it is, you can decide if that time is just waiting time or practice time.
Yeah, maybe it becomes your small daily English moment.
Okay, we arrive at work. Let's talk about the middle part of the day, the work zone.
The part where time can move very fast or very, very slow.
True. How does your workday usually start when you sit down?
On good days, I don't open my email first.
Oh, brave.
I open my planner instead. I look at my 3 main tasks and I ask, okay, which one needs my fresh brain?
That's usually the hardest one.
Yes, so I try to do that one first. After that, emails and smaller tasks. And I like to ease into the day, start steady, not crazy.
Yeah, easing into something is like slowly walking into a pool instead of jumping in with a big splash.
Exactly. When I jump straight into everything, I feel like I'm drowning.
For me, I'm still learning this. I used to start my day by opening everything, email, messages, social media, and then I felt stressed before I even started.
Yeah, your brain is full before you do any real work.
Now I try to give the first hour of my workday to one important thing. I turn off notifications, put my phone face down, and I focus.
That sounds like deep work time.
Yeah. Deep work for me is work that needs real concentration, writing, planning, thinking. If I mix it with messages and notifications, I do everything badly.
Same. My brain feels like 10 browser tabs are open at the same time.
Exactly.
Do you take breaks?
I have to. If I don't, my brain feels heavy and my mood drops. So every 60 to 90 minutes, I stand up, drink water, stretch a little.
I'm learning that too. When I try to power through, just push and work with no break, I start to make mistakes and also feel angry for no reason.
Yeah, power through sounds strong, but if you do it all the time, it's not healthy.
It's like driving a car always at maximum speed. At some point, the engine says, nope.
Exactly. That's when people burn out.
Burnout is when you are so tired and stressed for so long that you feel empty. No energy, no joy, just I can't.
And we don't want that, for us or for you.
No, we want, I'm a bit tired, but I'm proud. Not, I want to disappear.
Yes, big difference.
Okay, I want to talk about the afternoon slump.
Oh, the 3 p.m. problem.
Exactly. For me, after lunch, around 3, my energy just goes down. My brain is like, can we not?
Same. My eyes start to close by themselves.
Afternoon slump is just that low energy time in the afternoon. Not just for you, it's a human thing.
So how do you handle it?
First, I accept it. I don't shout at myself in my head. I think, okay, this is the sleepy part of the day. That's normal.
I love that.
Then I do something small. I stand up, walk a bit, maybe grab a snack or make tea. Just 5 minutes to reset.
Grab a snack, so you quickly take something small to eat, not a full meal.
Yeah, maybe a fruit or some nuts. After that, I usually choose lighter tasks, things that don't need a genius brain.
That's clever. I do something similar. I put my hard thinking in the morning and my easy tasks in the afternoon. So in the afternoon, I reply to emails, organize files, check small things.
That way, you're not fighting with your brain.
Exactly. I'm working with my natural energy, not against it.
And if it's a really low day, sometimes I just say, okay, today is not my best. Let's be kind and do what we can.
That kindness is important.
It is. English learners need that too. If you're tired and you listen to us and understand only 70%, that's still something.
Exactly. You showed up. You pressed play. That alone is a little win. All right, let's move to the evening, the part where we land the plane. How do your evenings look most of the time?
I have different types of evenings. Some evenings are zombie evenings.
I know those.
I come home, take off my shoes, and I just crash on the sofa.
So you almost fall onto the sofa because you're so tired.
Yes, exactly. I don't sit in a nice, elegant way. I just drop. I might scroll on my phone, answer some messages, watch a bit of something, and then finally remember, oh, right, I need dinner.
What's your usual dinner on those nights?
Pasta. Always pasta.
Of course.
On better evenings, I try to create a soft landing. I go for a short walk, I cook something simple, maybe I call a friend and talk about our day.
That sounds really healthy.
And I try to give myself a little me time.
So that's your time just for you, not for work, not for other people's problems, just time to relax or do something that makes you feel like yourself again.
Exactly. Me time can be reading, drawing, watching a show, or just sitting quietly with tea.
I love that. My evenings are similar. I get home, change my clothes to something comfortable, and I tell my brain, work is over now.
You're kind of pressing the off button on work mode.
Yes, I try to switch off. If I don't switch off, my head keeps replaying conversations and emails all night.
Same.
Then I cook or order food, put on something easy to watch, nothing too dark or depressing, and I let myself wind down slowly.
So you're slowly going from busy mode to sleep mode.
Exactly. And before bed, there's one more thing. I quickly look at my plan for tomorrow, just 5 minutes, so my brain doesn't try to plan everything when I'm in bed.
That's smart.
What about you before bed?
I like to write one small line in my journal. Today I'm grateful for, and finish the sentence.
That's beautiful.
It doesn't have to be big. Sometimes it's just my coffee or a funny message from a friend. But it helps me end the day on a good note, like finishing a song with a nice final chord, not a strange noise.
I like that picture.
So now you've heard our days, the good parts, the sleepy parts, the pasta again parts.
And maybe you noticed something. Our days are not perfect, but they are still full of small pieces you can talk about.
Exactly. Your day is the same. From outside, it looks simple, but inside, there are many tiny stories.
So let's give you a simple way to talk about your day in English.
Think of it like a small map with 5 stops.
Stop 1. My day starts with. Here you can talk about your alarm, your coffee, your morning mood.
Stop 2. On my way to, I usually. Here you describe your commute or how you move from home to your main place.
Stop 3. During the day, Here you talk about your work or study and maybe one feeling about it.
Stop 4. After work or after class, this is your afternoon or early evening when you start to leave work mode.
Stop 5. Before bed, I like to. Here you describe how you finish your day and maybe how you feel at the end.
If you just write one sentence for each stop, you already have a short story.
For example, it could sound like this. My day starts with strong coffee and me telling myself 5 more minutes. On my way to work, I listen to a podcast in English. During the day, I talk to customers and sit in front of my computer a lot. After work, I usually go for a walk to clear my head. Before bed, I like to read a few pages of a book because it helps me relax. I feel tired, but also a little proud.
That's such a nice little picture.
And your day will probably sound different, but you can still use the same kind of sentences.
So, when someone asks, "How was your day?" you don't have to stay at fine. You can choose 1 or 2 parts of your day and share them.
And step by step, you'll feel more comfortable telling your story in English.
Right. And remember, you don't have to sound perfect. You just have to sound a little more you each time you speak.
Yeah, your day is already happening. We're just helping you find the English to talk about it.
And to make it easier to remember, let's do a little word tour of some phrases from today.
Yeah, just a calm walk through a few useful expressions. You don't have to memorize all of them. Maybe 1 or 2 will stay with you, and that's enough.
So the first phrase is hit snooze.
Hit snooze means you press the button on your alarm to stop the sound for a short time, so it rings again a few minutes later.
For example, I hit snooze 3 times this morning and almost woke up late.
Or, on Mondays, I always hit snooze because I'm extra tired.
The next phrase is drag myself out of bed.
This is when you get up very slowly with effort, like your body feels heavy and doesn't want to move.
For example, I was so exhausted that I could barely drag myself out of bed.
Or, when it's cold, it's harder to drag myself out of bed in the morning.
The next word is scroll.
Scroll is what you do on your phone when you move your finger up or down to see more posts, videos, or messages.
For example, I just wanted to check one thing, but I scrolled on Instagram for 20 minutes.
Or, before bed, I try not to scroll too much on my phone.
Our next expression is on autopilot.
When you are on autopilot, you are doing things automatically without really thinking, like a plane that flies by itself.
For example, I was on autopilot this morning and almost left the house without my keys.
Or, sometimes my whole commute feels like autopilot. I don't remember any details.
The next word is commute.
Your commute is the trip between your home and your work or school.
For example, my commute is about 40 minutes by bus.
Or, when my commute is long, I listen to podcasts to practice English.
Next phrase is stuck in traffic.
You say this when there are so many cars on the road that you can't move or you move very slowly.
For example, I was stuck in traffic for half an hour this morning.
Or, being stuck in traffic used to make me angry. Now I use that time to listen to music.
Our next phrase is make the most of something.
When you make the most of something, you use it in the best way you can, even if the situation is not perfect.
For example, I try to make the most of my lunch break by going for a short walk.
Or, he makes the most of his commute by studying English on the train. The next expression is power through.
To power through means to keep working or continue doing something even when you are tired or it is difficult.
For example, I wanted to stop, but I powered through and finished my assignment.
Or, she powered through the afternoon slump with tea and good music.
Next phrase is crash on the sofa.
When you crash on the sofa, you sit or lie down very quickly because you're exhausted. You don't sit nicely, you just drop.
For example, after a long day at work, I just crashed on the sofa and didn't move for an hour.
Or, he came home, crashed on the sofa, and fell asleep with the TV on.
And the last phrase for today is wind down.
Wind down means to slowly relax after being busy or stressed, to move gently from active to calm. For example, I like to wind down with a cup of tea and a book before bed.
Or, a short walk in the evening helps me wind down after work. Okay, that was our word tour for this episode.
Maybe choose one or two of these phrases and use them when you talk about your own day. Write a little sentence or just repeat them out loud.
For example, you could say, my day starts with coffee and me hitting snooze once. After work, I usually crash on the sofa, then I wind down with a drama series.
Hey, that already sounds so natural, and it's still simple English.
Yeah, see? You don't need big fancy words. All right, thank you for spending part of your day with us.
If this episode helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, how was your day? Use any of today's phrases if you can.
Right. Keep listening, keep practicing, and be kind to yourself on the busy days.
We'll talk to you in the next episode. This is Anna.
And this is Jake.
And you've been listening to the English Leap Podcast. Bye!